interrogation, alliteration, pun, and personification. Have you ever seen a sheet on a riverbed? Or a single hair from a hammer's head? Has the foot of a mountain any toes? And is there a pair of garden hose? Does the needle ever wink its eye? Why doesn't the wing of a building fly? Can you tickle the ribs of a parasol? Or open the trunk of a tree at all? Are the teeth of a rake ever going to bite? Have the hands of a clock any left or right? Can the garden plot be deep and dark? And what is the sound of the birch's bark? 1.3 Have you ever seen? Warming up. Listen carefully. One words that have the same spelling but differ in meaning when used in different contexts are called homographs. For example, a temple fair attracts a lot of crowd. Her performance in the test was fair. B. A rose is the king of flowers. The sun rose with a golden glow. Think of 5 homographs and list them below. Then write 2 sentences of your own to bring out the difference in meanings. 2. When words with the same spelling or pronunciation are used in such a way that they convey more than one meaning, the figure of speech involved is called pun. A pun is a play upon words. For example, A. Hello. How's life? B. Hell. O. It's a strife. Find other examples of pun with the help of your parent's teacher. 3. In poetry, when a question is asked, not to get an answer, but to emphasize a point or fact, it is an example of interrogation. For example, when can their glory fade? Isn't it time for the autumn's glow? From a popular book of poems, the internet, write down 3 to 4 examples of interrogation used in poetry. Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen a sheet on a riverbed? A riverbed, the bottom of a river, where the ground is, or a single hair from a hammer's head. A hammer, a tool used for hitting things or forcing nails into wood that consists of a handle and a heavy metal top with one flat side. Has the foot of a mountain any toes? A foot of a mountain, the lower part of something, base, bottom, and is there a pair of garden hose? A garden hose, a very long tube for carrying water to a garden or a fire. A hose, old-fashioned socks, stockings, and tights. Does the needle ever wink its eye? A needle eye, the hole at the top of a needle. Why doesn't the wing of a building fly? A wing of the building, a part of a building that sticks out from the main part, especially one with a particular purpose. Can you tickle the ribs of a parasol? Or open the trunk of a tree at all? A trunk, boot of car, a trunk of a tree, the main part of a tree that the branches grow out of. Are the teeth of a rake ever going to bite? Have the hands of a clock any left or right? Can the garden plot be deep and dark? And what is the sound of the birch's bark? To bark, to make the short loud sound that a dog makes. Anonymous. 1. From each line in the poem, pick out the word that is a homograph. Write its meaning in the context of the phrase used in the poem. Then write the other meaning implied in the question. Stanza. Word. One meaning. Other meaning. First. Bed. Piece of furniture. Bottom of the river. Sea, etc. Head. Upper part of human body. Part of hammer with which we hit a nail. Foot. Part of the leg on which a person stands or moves. Base of a mountain. Hose. A pair of stockings or tights. A flexible tube. A pair of stockings or tights. A flexible tube. Second. Eye. The organ of sight in one's face. The hole at the blunt end of a needle to pass a thread. Wing. An organ in birds meant for flying. A section or part of a building. Ribs. Curved bones extending from the spine to sternum. Thin metal spokes attached to the central stick of an umbrella. Trunk. A large storage box. Woody stem of a tree. Third. Teeth. Hard structures in the mouth for biting and chewing. Long metal prongs on a garden tool used for clearing leaves, etc. Hands. The end part of the arm. Beyond the wrist. The pointers on a clock that show the time. Plot. An evil or wicked plan. A small area of land. Bark. The sharp cry of a dog or fox. The hard outer covering of the tree trunk. To write 2 lines from this poem which you find most humorous. Justify your choice. 3. Find from the poem 3 examples of each. A. Interrogation. 1. Have you seen a sheet on a riverbed? 2. Does the needle ever wink its eye? 3. Are the teeth of a rake ever going to bite? B. Pun. 1. Has the foot of the mountain any toes? 2. Can you tickle the ribs of a parasol? 3. Have the hands of a clock any left or right? C. Personification. 1. Has the foot of the mountain any toes? 2. Does the needle ever wink its eye? 3. Can you tickle the ribs of a parasol? D. Alliteration. 1. Or a single hair from a hammer's head. 2. Or open the trunk of a tree at all. 3. And what is the sound of the birch's bark? 4. Form groups of 4 or 5. Think, discuss and add at least one more stanza, using the same style and devices as the poet has used. It should include homographs, interrogation and the same rhythm and rhyme scheme. Have, does, are. 5. Read the following sentences carefully. Then fill in the blanks using appropriate words from the brackets to make puns. Struck, numbered, too tired, developed, put down, homeless, old-fashioned, Reaction 1. She had a photographic memory but never developed it. 2. He was struggling to figure out how lightning works when it struck him. 3. Every calendar's days are number. 4. A bicycle cannot stand on its own because it is too tired. 5. I'm reading a book on anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down the book. 6. I'd tell you a chemistry joke, but I know I wouldn't get a reaction. 7. What do you call Watson when Sherlock isn't around? Homeless. 8. I would tell a history joke, but it's too old-fashioned.